I was wondering why we're talking about it live and everybody's just being quiet on the chat.
We're
I'm
live.
like, oh,
No, wait, dude, we were not going to talk about that live. What's up, everybody?
We're live.
Put your pants back on. It's Omnibros Live, Monday. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us on this special Monday. Every Monday is special, but this one's extra special because we have with us the full-on Hispanic crew of Omnibros Live.
Jess isn't here, neither is Ryley.
Latino bros.
Entonces vamos a hacer esto en español, ¿no?
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know.
You are the weird. You're the wackest. You're the wackest Latino I know.
No. Latin X. You don't want to offend Latin X, whatever it is now. I don't even fucking know.
I don't know.
Does anybody, any one of us use Latin X? Actually, I don't.
No,
because I'm not 14 years old.
No.
So big. Hope Jess is feeling better. He is in the ER right now, getting a scan, and hope he's okay. He hasn't been feeling well for a while. His stomach's bothering him, so hope our buddy's okay because we love to. I miss him. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, and I texted him and see how he's doing. So, you all know how much this means to him if he's not showing up. Like he looks forward every Monday to our manga overview of the previews.
Yeah, so, he's living out his lifelong dream right now of being an underwater welder. So he's on assignment at some oil rig in the ocean, or he's in the ER. Whatever you really want to believe. One is totally fabricated, and one is actually the truth.
He lives in a Jeff Lemire comic book. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what are we talking about today besides the upcoming books? Hauls. You guys doing hauls?
Well, I think first we're going to give up some love to our awesome sponsor, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. True. The awesome InStockTrades.com, where yes, I'm talking to you directly. You can get all of your collected editions, graphic novels, trade paperbacks, omnibuses for up to 50% off. 50% off, everybody. You get the best customer service there is, the most amazing, tremendous packaging you'll ever see is from In-Stock Trades. You also get free shipping if you make an order of $50 or more in the U.S. And we don't talk about this very often, but you get an extra 2% loyalty discount if you make an order within a week of your previous order. So at 1,000% pays off to go to InStockTrades.com and check out all the cool books they have, especially this week's books. There's some good stuff coming out this week that you're going to want to get your measly hands on. So yeah, InStockTrades.com. We love them. Check them out. They are the coolest bunch and the best sponsors we can ask for.
Anybody want to run it in Spanish? Gio, want to run the promo in Spanish?
I want to hear that shit. Gio,
I want to hear it.
Vámonos, pues.
Your mic is muted, Gio.
Hijo de puta.
Carajo, Gio.
His mic is muted.
Cervezas, ¿cuántos más?
Some other time.
I feel like me and Luis just got shot down at the bar.
I know.
I know. We were spitting game, and he just turned around and said,
he's
some
like,
other time.
No, sorry.
Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah,
all right.
No. What kind of car do you drive? Nah.
I'll take my ball home then. All right. Thanks, Gio.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody in the chat. We are loaded up already in the chat. So everybody give us a thumbs up. Is this your first time here, whether you're viewing us live or later in the repeat? Give us a subscribe. All the cool kids are doing it. We didn't get that final message from Jess, right?
No, not yet.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. Let's talk about books we read, and then I guess our hauls, which it ain't much for me, but I think I've got a couple books over there somewhere.
All right. So you want to go first, Omar? You seem to be revving it up, son.
No? Yeah, sure. I read. Okay, let's see. I read. I'm going through Conan, Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 3, because it's Conan. It's one of my favorite titles. It's the first time I'm reading Conan in omnibus format. I've never read the Marvel years ever in my life, even when Jim Lee and like Todd McFarlane, those guys were doing covers in the 90s. I just never took an interest in the comic book. I love the movies, I love the animated show, and I love the book, but for some reason I never could like get into Conan. And then I read the Dark Horse stuff, and it was freaking awesome. Loved it. The Kurt Busiek stuff, which is going to be reprinted by Marvel here in the next few months. But this is the first time I'm going through these Roy Thomas, and it is freaking awesome. It's I don't know, it's my jam. I really like it. So I read the Ironheart volumes 1 and 2 for old reader, new reader tomorrow. It's the e-viewing run. Let me see, what else did I read? The Astonishing X-Men. I read some of that stuff by Marjorie Liu. And there was another book that I just read. What the hell was it? This is my brain, I swear. I don't know. I can't think of it.
Was it Invincible?
No, I read that a few months ago.
Was it?
Is this what you're reading?
No, I'm just naming off books.
No.
Until you say yes.
No. I did not read Flashpoint nor Invincible. So, but that's it. And Berserk, whenever I get it, still waiting on that.
Volume
Berserk,
5?
the deluxe edition. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta get up on those. I only have the first 2, I think.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man. Beautiful books.
I know
what
Lou's waiting for that stimulus check. He's gonna get all 7 of them at once.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm super excited for that. I hope if we get it. Are you done, Omar? You want
that's it for me. That's all I've read. I think I've read more. I just cannot remember.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I read 2 things this past week. I read Little Bird from Image Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we briefly talked about it in the chat. I know you guys weren't too hot.
No. I said it reminded me of a European book, and sometimes those books, when I finish reading them, I'm like, oh, that didn't make any sense. But I think I'm smart enough that I'm supposed to get it. So yeah, it was a great book. It was a great book. I liked it. And I think that's the way that I felt about Little Bird. I remember texting Jess about that because he also read it. And he's like, am I the only one that's confused on this book? And I'm like, no, it's a little confusing, but I really liked it. I love the artwork, and I like the premise is cool.
Yeah, I really love the hell out of this. It has the sensibilities of like an old school European comic. It's written by Darcy Van Polgeest, and the art is by Ian Bertram. I think the real star of this for me, though, is definitely Ian Bertram's art. He's got almost a Frank Quitely style to him.
So you compared him to Frank Quitely. I said Chris Burnham. The guy has a very similar style.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And to me, it's a really fucking great read with just a super general premise where you've got this little girl who she has basically the power of resurrection through basically something that was passed down the line to her. And the United States has now moved over across the world, and they've basically started this religious cult that has started to take over and has really gained a lot of traction and power. And this little girl basically leads a revolution against that. That's super basic premise of it. There's a lot more going on here that I'm not going to give away. But I really, really recommend this to everybody. I can't wait for this sequel series that's supposed to come out later this year. It's fantastic. It's really damn good. I loved every second of this read, and it flew by. It's only 6 issues, and it flew by 5 issues, I want to say, and it flew by really quick. For my next pick, I read Chip Zadarski's Daredevil. I read the first volume of that. Good stuff, man. Wow, I'm really impressed right now. I had heard from a lot of you through the chat and stuff. They were saying, yeah, you really need to check out Zadarski's run. I was kind of a little bit let down with Soul's run. I was like, okay, maybe this kind of has worn its course. Zadarski really brings it back to kind of, it's not as dark so far as the Bendis stuff or as the Brubaker stuff, but he really finds a new lead to it. We've got Matt Murdock, who's really just kind of starting to question himself. Am I really getting too old for this shit? Like, I've been doing this for a long time. My body's pretty beaten up and stuff like that. I'm not as fast as I was. I'm not as agile as I was. What am I going to do? Am I really going to run through my body the rest of this life? And it starts out with him basically failing to take down a few thugs. He pretty much fails to take down a few thugs. He struggles with it throughout the few pages. And I think Zadarski really has Daredevil and Matt Murdock's voice down to a T. He really focuses in on that Catholic guilt and what that means. And it's a great start so far. I can't wait to keep diving through on this.
Yeah, I want to check that out too, man. I'm glad you like it. I might now have to take your review and be like, hell yeah, I'm going to check this out now pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, not mine and Jess's review, who've been, praising this book for like the last 6 months. Fuck those guys. Hey, click on Baweep Ground Up Wheat and Anybon. I just wanted to say that.
Yes.
You got to hand out some Energon, bubblegum.
And I think we're all excited for the Blade of the Immortal Deluxe. It is one of my top 10 favorite manga of all time. And the fact that it's getting a deluxe edition treatment, fuck yes, it's time.
What was that other deluxe one that was coming out soon?
Hellsing.
That's the one I'm pumped for.
That's good. That's only 3 of those.
It's all good.
Death by Shark Decons, Omar.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I quote the shit out of that movie. Did y'all see? Y'all talked about the Sentinel yesterday, right? How much it's gone up, like the extended, like things that they're like. How much has it gone up to now?
What you mean, backer-wise?
Yeah, what stage is it at?
It is now. They have this head,
the master mold head. Sucker. There's going to be 2 fools like Ryley and Jesse that are buying 2 of each, just to have master mold and a Sentinel. Hey, if you got the money, I ain't hating.
They're at like 8,000, 9,000 backers or something like that. It's crazy. It's only been a few days.
That's more than Unicron, brother.
No, dude, the Unicron took forever for them to even hit their goal.
Because everybody doesn't want to spend $500 on a toy that they're not going to see for 2 years. Can I just say that's half a grand?
I think
half a grand.
Most of us will just be happy to make it through this year, let alone 2 years from now.
The Sentinel is coming out this time next year, by the way.
I think it's dope, dude. I said, if we do get another stimulus check, I'm gonna blow it on this.
You're throwing it on that, man?
I'm gonna throw it on that. I think.
I gotta feed my kids. Omar Reyes. I just emailed that guy. He's asking if Blade of the Immortal is similar to Berserk. I'm gonna say this about Blade of the Immortal. It has
yes and no.
The prettiest death scenes I've ever seen in a manga. They are beautifully drawn. They're not like whenever there's death scenes, he doesn't ink them. They're just penciled, and I love when artists do that shit. Love it. I know, like Salvador La Roca when he was doing like Extreme X-Men, it was like colors on pencils. Loved it. So it's very similar to Berserk in the violence, but think Lone Wolf and Cub. It's actually more like Lone Wolf and Cub more than it is Berserk. Oh, so tier 3 was unlocked today, according to Rick Nelson. It's a female Sentinel. Luis, you taking a selfie?
No, I'm taking a photo. I was going to post to inform people that we're online.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's okay if you want to take a selfie. I don't mind.
Oh, no.
All right. I think Nerdextrus said how you say it. He said it best. Nothing's like Berserk. Berserk is a great. Why am I popping up? What's happening here? Who left Gabe in charge? This is what happens when Jess is in here. Random things just pop up. Yeah, Berserk is just Berserk. Oh, there it is. Oh, that scene.
Gotta love it.
Oh, that's classic, man.
Look at the animation. Look at that. That's hand-drawn animation. You can't do shit like that these years, man. Like, there's more hand-drawn animation in those frames right there than there are a whole season of shows these days.
That's true.
What do you guys? What about you all? What did you read? Gio, Gabe.
I can go quick because I didn't read a whole lot. You guys are more into the whole reading marathon thing, but I finished Ran in the Grey World. Hey, that's me. Ran in the Grey World. I read all 7 volumes, and it's There's a controversial thing about this book that a lot of people here in the West are like, I don't know, but I didn't mind it totally. I didn't totally mind it, I should say. But I like this. Basically, this girl is
There's
the
issues
daughter.
with a particular scene or plot point.
Well, the character right here, Ran, this is her adult form. When she puts on magic sneakers, she turns from a little girl into an adult. And one of the characters in the story ends up falling for her, but he doesn't know that she's actually a little girl. So a lot of people were like, I don't know about that, but the series doesn't really go too deep into that area. It's just a superficial
like
level.
Billy Batson, right? Like when he was in the JSA, and when he's turned into Captain Marvel, he was macking on Stargirl, who is obviously a lot younger than Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah.
So
Or-
the JSA members were like, "Why is Captain Marvel hitting on a little girl? What's going on?" Because they didn't know, right?
What about remember was it Monster Girl from Invincible, where she was like 35 years old but stuck in the body of an 8-year-old or something, and she's like hitting on all the dudes, and it was really kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, Omar or Gio, you said that you weren't into marathon reading, but you read 7 volumes of that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's up with calling us out and then saying? But I did read 85 volumes of One Piece.
So I read the whole thing. And
I am not going to Matt Miranda. I am never going to call him Shazam. That motherfucker's name is Captain Marvel. I don't care what DC or anyone else says. Shazam's a goddamn wizard.
So here's some of the art on that. Her brother is sort of like a werewolf, and her mother is this powerful sorceress, and she's in charge of safekeeping a village in an alternate dimension. And lots of kooky fantasy stuff happens in this book. Her dad is the lord of that village, and he can turn into like a giant raven. It's pretty cool stuff. I really liked it. Plus, the covers on this are really cool. Like it a whole lot. I'm continuing my Fables read through for my channel, so I'm reading the 4th oversized hardcover.
Ooh,
look at you flexing your hard to find hardcover.
Yeah, no, I would never do that. Come on. But yeah,
is number 4 hard to find?
Yeah, suck it. I got number 4. And that's about it.
Suck it.
That's all I've read.
I haven't heard that in 20 years. Suck it. Well done.
All right. So for my reading this week, real quick, I finished Scalp Volume 1, and I moved on to Scalp Volume 2. And I don't know about you guys if you read this or not, but it just gets more and more dark and gritty and depressing. I don't know what the hell is wrong with
You've never read it?
I've read it. I've read it.
You remember how it ends, right?
I never read the last issue, and I told that to Jason Aaron like when it first came out. I met him at a Morrison Con. I was like, you know what? I don't want to read the last issue because I don't want this to end. So, but it's been a while since I read it. So all the stuff is coming back. The stuff about Shunka is coming back. The stuff about Diesel is coming back. But I forgot he was blank, blank, blank. I don't want to give anything away, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But there's something wrong with Jason Aaron. I don't think this dude's ever had a happy day in his life. I don't think he's ever written like a happy comic book. When has he? I don't think he could ever do something like Captain Marvel, the DC Captain Marvel, where it's like happy-go-lucky fun stuff. It's all like, this person's hooked on drugs, and this person, is just a dirty whore, and then this person is an Indian alcoholic, and this person murdered this person, and this person's mother was murdered, and it's all just really nasty, sad, beat-up stuff in here, and it's great. I'm loving every moment of it. It's rough, but you don't want to read it if you're in a bad mood. This is definitely not the I'm feeling down and sad and I want to pick my hopes up at all.
I have a love-hate relationship with that series. I like the series as a whole. I hate when this happens. When I don't like the protagonist, right? Like when the lead protagonist, I have an issue with them. Sometimes it can break the series for me, and that's what I remember the most. And I remember
there's not a likable person in this entire book.
Yeah,
2 or
Dash
3.
Dash is not meant to be likable. He's a
No.
fucking asshole.
He sucks.
Well, even
Crow sucks.
characters like I mean, there's several characters that are like that are not meant to be liked, right? That eventually grow on you. He never grew on me.
wow.
I remember 3 years ago, like somebody was mentioning she was Native American, and we had this discussion on. It was in the Facebook group, the Omnibus Collectors group. Like she was offended by this book, and I remember not like. I couldn't remember the stereotypes in there, other than the casino and the drunken Indians, I guess. Native Americans, like I remember she was really offended by this book, and I was reading it at the time for the first time, and I was like, okay, there are some things here, but there's so much more, like these things that happen that.
Things that happen that could happen anywhere. It's not. I don't feel like the meth labs and the murders and the setups and the FBI stuff is just sanctioned on it being a Native American reservation.
Yeah, it could happen anywhere.
These reservations are. It's not. I don't know who this person is or anything like that. But everything I've ever read or seen dealing with Native American reservations is fairly to that point. They are the worst ghettos in America. Worse than Harlem, worse than South Central Compton back in the 90s or anything like that. These Indian reservations are extremely poor and disintegrated. And with that comes crime and drugs and hopelessness and fear that is really highlighted and shown a lot in this book. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's kind of one-notey, but it's a reservation of. I think they said it's a reservation of like 600 people, but the alcohol consumption is like $5 million a year. So
yeah, it's. Can you hit on Tyler Hacker? He's asking about the group, and it is a close group because they have to be careful who they let in, and it takes sometimes. It takes a few months sometimes for people to let them. I'm not an admin. I don't think any of us are admins, right?
No.
Gio, are you an admin? Okay, yeah. The only one that's an admin is Ryley and Omnidog, Jess. But usually they take their time. And I don't think Jess is even allowed to let anybody in anymore because of the sex bots. But that's another story.
Yeah, but
he's not even here to defend himself. Damn it.
No,
there's a lot of people trying to get in. So
there's a lot of people who try to get in. They really vet out the requests because sex bots, because scammers, because of people who've been banned before and trying to get back in with a fake account. Make sure, again, I'm not an admin, but you always want to make sure that your profile is viewable and public. And you know what? You can always. Next time Jess is on, Jess is usually pretty good about letting people on if you hit them up during the show when Jess is here.
Yeah, there's no money involved or anything. It's just literally like they have so many people trying to get in.
Yeah, it's backed up.
Just touching back on Scalped real quick. For me, Scalped is one of the series that I think has a perfect ending. I think it ends. It's the best ending that book could have ended on. I love it. I really love that ending.
I actually remember later on, like they kind of do it now where it's Dash and Carol, and they have this really gnarly relationship because she's married and she's fucked up, and you see her like smoking heroin through the whole show or through the whole series, and there's like this inner monologue of her wanting to tell Dash and open up to Dash, and Dash is having the same kind of open monologue in his head of him wanting to open up to her, and they just go, I just want to get high. Fuck this. I'm out of here. I want to go to work. You really get to know some of the characters, and you want them to. I'm reading. I go, just open up and tell them how you feel. Like, don't be that way. This is why you guys are like this. So it's interesting. It's really good. I like it. It's extremely violent. The art is super super gritty. Let me see if I can show some without showing anything nasty because there's a lot of boobies in this book sometimes.
Gross.
Yeah, but it's great stuff. Covers by Jock. All the covers by the series is by Jock, and that's incredible. That's probably the most. Oh, and then this is this is one of the sadder parts too. The part where when they find the abandoned kids.
Oh yeah.
in the meth house, and the mom was strangled to death in the next room. Just and then the stuff that leads up after that, where Dash befriends one of the kids, where that kid gets, nothing ends on a happy note. Like, oh, this kid's really nice and great. Sorry, he's gonna get killed and buried in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, so. it's one of the series that does not shy away from really dark stuff. So if you don't have the stomach for really, really dark stuff, or if you get easily triggered by certain things or something like that, it's really not a series that is easy to get through. But if you stick with it and you're not squeamish, you'll be rewarded, I think, with one of the best stories in comics from the 2000s, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's 2000. It's 2005, 7?
Yeah, that was a breakout series, wasn't it?
It had to have been, because people still don't talk about this book enough, I think.
Can you hit on Rafael Miranda's? Is there any relation to Matt?
You're looking pretty hot with those pants on.
Oh, hit on. Click on it, please. So Rafael got kicked out of the group for speaking his opinion regarding a rookie female complaining that she didn't get invited to the convention. I don't even partake in the group discussions anymore, really. So I don't even know what happened there, because I don't know, man. Like I'm not a social media guy. I don't get on Facebook or anything. I just want to talk about books and stuff. I feel like sometimes groups get overwhelmed by things that are going on in the real world. But I will say that group, as far as any other group on Facebook, it is just, it's always been a welcoming
group.
Yeah, and they're pretty and laid back, and sometimes, maybe this happened to you. I don't know, an admin, you catch them on a bad day. They're just regular people. So I don't know, but I will say that I'm sorry you had a bad experience there. But for the amount of time I've been there, they're the only reason that I'm still on Facebook. I would delete my Facebook if it wasn't for that group, that I'd just go and check from time to time.
What about
I don't post that. Fuck you guys.
Oh, great.
Kick Omar out real quick, you dick.
Deuces.
All right, and then also I'll do this. I'll do another read that'll actually turn into hauls, and then we can just go on the hauls. I'll segue into hauls.
All right, man. Do your thing.
I picked up, and I'm starting to read.
Oh, Batman, you fucker! You found that,
I found this. Check this out. I still got.
I don't want to check it out. I'm jealous. I want that.
Check it out, man. Dude, I totally forgot that this was out, and I didn't know it was out of print. And I started looking it up. I go, I can't find it anywhere. Nowhere can I find this book. eBay has it for the only list on eBay was like $140 or something outrageous like that. Amazon was like $80 or something outrageous like that. I found it at a used record store for $18.99.
Lucky bastard.
And I had credit there, so I got a little bit less.
Why does good thing happen to bad people all the time?
Yeah. I got lucky because the only reason I went here. No, but the only reason I was like, my friend hit me up. My friend goes, "Hey, you want to go to Zia Records?" I go, "Yeah, sure. I'll go walk around with you and see what they got there." Used records, used movies and stuff like that. I'll check it out, and they got comics. I always find good stuff there. Every so often, I find I get a heavy hitter there. But I go, first, I need to go to this one comic book store. I'm like, this one comic book store probably has this on the shelf. Went to that comic book store, nothing. I go, all right, well, we're done. Let's go to that Zia Records place. Boom, just sitting there on the fucking stand. I was like, awesome, I'm in it. But this is a heavy hitter, dude. I forgot all the big names that are in
Andy
this book,
Kubert,
bro. Dave Gibbons, Andy Kubert, Adam Kubert.
I forgot Adam did that. Dude, that's that badass. Show that badass bat armor when he's fighting the Predator.
Oh, that part, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Bro. That being at the end here.
I didn't know the talent that was behind this, so I'm downloading this tonight, and I'm sitting down.
This is just volume 1.
Oh, it's so good. The follow up was good too, but man, yeah, show that Kubert art, man. That's where it's at. Right here. Look at that armor! Oh shit! Look at Batman. He's like,
this is gnarly. This is a fun read. It's Dave Gibbons. I was like, Dave Gibbons wrote this. That's awesome. Andy, and Adam working on top of one another. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to be. And that's just volume. That's just the first series, because this has Batman versus Predator Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. So Volume 2 is Doug Munch, writing, Paul Galassi pencils, Terry Austin on inks.
That
Paul
machine.
Galassi on the covers. Yes, sir. Awesome stuff. And then volume 3, you get Chuck Dixon and a bunch of nobody else's, but there's still you get Chuck Dixon on writing. So this is
Chuck Dixon was writing Batman at the time. I'm so jealous of that, dude. That is awesome.
This is stack stuff. This is the Chuck Dixon era or book in the back, but man, it's fun. I kind of fell into. I was talking to you guys before. I fell into. Here's the armor again. I fell into a Predator Aliens rabbit hole, which I assume.
And it's funny you fell into that right before the big announcement was made by Marvel getting the rights back. So who knows where that's gonna go? And I've had so many people ask me, like, are they gonna do Omnis? Are they gonna do Epics? And I honestly don't know.
They would have licensing issues with Batman, wouldn't they?
There's no way they're doing that.
This will never happen.
Yeah.
That might be in a Marvel versus DC event sometime. Thank you, Larry. Can you please click on Larry Robertson's comment? Because since everybody loves correcting me, Larry is now correcting Gabe.
Mitch. Okay.
Mitch. There
I've
you
heard
go.
it both ways, like reliable sources, but it's all good.
NFL do the same.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
$5.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a secret world of oversized hardcovers and omnis, and that might show up on eBay. just saying, a custom Batman versus Predator hardcover, oversized hardcover. Boy, I'd be all over that too.
Yeah, so I like I said, I fell in the rabbit hole. I got a lot more Batman. I got Batman Alien coming. I got a bunch of other Aliens and Predator stuff coming as well. But yeah, I jumped into it. I fell in the rabbit hole just before that thing happened with the licensing, because I got that Predator a couple of weeks ago, and I've been still trying to pick things up. But yeah, that stuff is awesome. And then I also, again, falling through the rabbit hole, got the 4 movie collection Blu-ray. You get Predator, Predator 2, Robert Rodriguez's Predators, and the awesome movie that Luis and I adore. And that's
I can't believe you two like that movie.
Predator.
Oh fuck yeah, we are definitely over that film.
I really wanted to see a sequel because they had that spoilers, that Predator killer armor at the end.
Oh, that looks so badass. I love it.
You guys like Predator versus Aliens too?
No.
Man, that movie was so bad.
The second one was a little bit better. It's been a while since I watched it, but I remember seeing the first one going, ugh. I watched the second one going, not as much, but a little bit. They just needs to be violent. They
Predator, Robert Rodriguez, and then they did Predators, Olivia Munn did Predator.
The Predator is Olivia Munn. Predators is
what's that rated?
R.
Baltimore radar. And this is coming from a guy that loves Predator 2, so I don't have a lot of room to talk.
I like Predator 2. Danny Glover.
Yeah, not a lot of people do.
And then the alien head at the end. I saw that when I was a kid. I was like, holy crap! And
Yep.
I'll say that Predator 2 is what made Bill Paxton famous for being killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator. So,
Predator is really fun. I'm a very big defender on the Robert Rodriguez Predators film. I enjoy the hell out of that. I thought that was really fun.
I'll be fair. I've only seen them one time, so I don't really remember a lot of it. I remember Machete, my boy Danny Trejo's in it.
Yep, he was in that
for a little bit. But whoa, Derek Tyler, Predator 2 better than 1.
You shut your whore.
Yeah, Predator. First Predator is
still a classic.
Yeah.
Too Beta Ray Jam too far, Derek. Predator 1's a classic, man.
Think about all the great one-liners that we got from Predator.
I was gonna say I ain't got time to believe
that thing is so cool.
I'm a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Stick around. He throws that machete in that guy's chest.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
It's so
now
good.
I want to go see it.
The 4K of that is beautiful. They cleaned that up really well.
Dude, that's such a classic film, though. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and the 80s had like the best horror and the best action films, I think. because of like Predator, because of like Predator and then Aliens, all the horror stuff, like the Jason and the Freddy stuff, like that stuff is just you don't get that stuff anymore.
For me, I would give it more to the 70s. The 70s, I think, had The Shining and it had The Thing, if I'm not mistaken.
And it had Alien in 79.
Thing was early 80s, I think.
Was it early 80s? I'm probably wrong.
I saw the best meme describing The Thing, and it's the meme with Marty McFly when he's talking to the audience, and he's like, "You guys aren't probably ready for this, but your kids are gonna love it." Like that's the way I feel about The Thing. A lot of people didn't really appreciate that movie. It was a cult classic, right? But a lot of people didn't really appreciate it. And to this day, the practical effects of that movie, freaking genius, man.
The Thing is 82.
Does it get to the chopper? That's from Predator, isn't it?
That's that's
Commando.
That's in Commando and in Predator. Get to the chopper. You know, there's an SNL skit with him.
Yeah,
selling a chopper.
The veggie chopper.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. And he just fucking loses it, starts flipping tables. Tyler Hackett, you need to go watch Aliens. You have to see that second one.
It's my daughter's favorite movie. Aliens.
Is it really?
Incredible.
Yeah. Like before Aliens, her favorite movie was Gremlins. And then for a long time, she was like, "No, I think Alien is better than Aliens." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're wrong, but you're only 10 at the time."
You're only busting her down. You don't know crap yet.
No, wait. Did you show her the director's cut or the regular cut?
Is there another version of Aliens I wasn't aware of? That fucking director's cut? Hell yes.
There's a director's cut. Yeah, I love
what
it.
about Alien 3? What version?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. There is no other version than Aliens, the director's cut. We just watched Critters, Roberto Rodriguez.
Critters is awesome, dude. I loved Critters. Loved Critters.
Who's in Critters?
That's like one of the first times I've seen boobs. I think was Critters.
Critters 2 is where she turned into the Playboy model.
Yeah.
And the boobs expand. Yeah, the boobs expand.
I Come in Peace? Oh, that was awful and awesome at the same time. He killed people with a CD that he sharpened up.
Oh, look at Ryan the Blue Thunder quoting Newt. We better get back because they'll be dark soon. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Man, you talk about bad acting. Like I know Louise has like a hatred for kids that can't act. That poor little girl. Every time she delivers that line, I'm like, "Come on, you're fucking up." Oh my god, Bill Paxton. How amazing was he in Aliens?
Oh my, Bill Paxton.
Oh, Ryan. And honestly, I can see that too. Ridley Scott's Alien was solid.
I like Aliens more than Aliens.
Crazy, man. If you're throwing up documentaries, man, I'm gonna watch it. I want to see this now.
I love Alien.
Action films.
I love Alien, but I'll give it to Aliens just a little bit more.
Somebody's talking about Ghoulies. I loved Ghoulies too, man.
Yeah. All that stuff was great. That was all
80s had some
late night. Like you had a friend that had like a bootleg copy of it or something, or like their parents got it off of HBO, and you'd be like, "Dude, just watch it when your parents go to sleep, man. And you go watch Ghoulies and Critters."
Oh, Hayden just mentioned Gremlins 2. Please tell me you've seen the Key and Peele Gremlins 2 sketch where they're pitching Gremlins 2.
No, never.
If you've seen Gremlins 2, it is the best skit ever.
And then the hot gremlin girl.
Yeah, the guy's going around going, and whoa, what about a fruit gremlin, right? We get some, like, oh man, it's the best skit ever, especially if you're familiar with it. So as far as my haul,
Philip's got it. Yeah, Aliens is a horror in space.
They're both great, so you can't go wrong with either of them.
And even the design of the stuff. Really quick, I got Transformers IDW Volume 11 with my boy Tarn on the cover. Look at that Decepticon logo on his face. That's how badass he is. I love that stuff. And of course, continuing my Carl Barks Scrooge books. So this is more of the Carl Barks stuff. We only get 2 a year. There will be box sets later on, but this is the way that I get them because they didn't do the box sets until 3 years after doing this series. But here is Volume 11. There should be a total of 13 to wrap up Phase 2. Maybe they'll do a Phase 3. I haven't talked to my contact at IDW for a while. Need to hit them up and see what the deal is. But, oh my gosh, there's some freaking awesome stories in here. Just great artwork. If you're not reading, at least read Phase 2. This is my daughter's favorite comic book. She loves Transformers.
This is the same daughter who likes aliens.
Yes, same kid.
You're doing a good job, Omar.
Great father.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I try. I fail at a lot of things, like going to concerts and like talking to the teachers. But at least she's entertained.
At least she's got good taste in pop culture.
Every one of the first printings of the Transformers book do come with a ribbon. Who was asked? Somebody
puts out the best hardcovers, man. I've been saying that.
Well, sometimes second and later printings don't have ribbons, and people feel cheated. And I don't blame you.
I had heard that you can completely skip phase 1 for the most part.
You can, unless you're if you're a completist like me, I want to read everything, right? There's no way I'm going to start with phase 2. But I do recommend at least reading Last Stand of the Wreckers or All Hail Megatron. I think those are pretty good from phase 1. And then phase 2, the war's over. Matrix is split in two.
The first issue,
here you go. Hot Rod, here you go.
Optimus Prime bombs out. He's like, I'm out of here later. I'm done.
Yeah.
War's over.
He's out.
And then they go start searching for the source. Or not the source, but the their space gods or whatever. The knights.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep them in my Billy. I don't know if they'll fit. Oh, that's a tight fit. You know what? No, I think they will. They'll fit, and they'll give you more room too. I think they will. I'm looking at them right now. I think they will.
I think that might work. I think 13 will fit in one cube.
Oh, good question. Any chance? Thank you for the super chat. I say yes for the pure reason that I think DC is out of touch with a lot of things going on. I don't think they probably even know what's going on. Like that side of things, the collected editions department, I'm sure editorial probably knows, and that's why, he's not in that Batman book anymore. But I think that DC collected editions probably has no idea what's going on.
There you go. But thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Make Havoc. I got that Predator set at Best Buy. It was on sale. It was like $20 or something cheap like that.
Yeah, you can get it for cheap. Not a lot of people are paying attention to Predator.
Yeah, no, I saw it on Amazon. It was like, I was looking at it on eBay, and it was like expensive. Amazon was a little expensive, and then I just found it on Best Buy for like $20, and it was like local pickup. I was like, hell yeah! And my Best Buy is bare. Like they told me that people are just buying up everything. They can't keep anything on the shelves. So
Lionheart, I thought the same, but I didn't want to interrupt. So yeah, that is the best.
Song.
Come at
the
me.
Best. All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and Daughtry actually has a really good cover with that song too. He did one for VH1 a few years ago. Pretty good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll send it to you after we're done.
I feel the same way about the TMNT had no ribbon. I think it's due to a certain printing didn't get one. I remember because I asked them about that when I went to a Kevin Eastman dinner, and they just forgot. And the printer company, usually the printer company says, "Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to add this? Do you want to supersize your fries?" Like they usually try to get more money out of them. They didn't even mention the ribbon, so it was just an oversight.
Yeah, so I think all the first printings they all have them, but I think sometimes third printings and like over that don't. It's still coming.
Yep,
It hasn't been canceled. Still in the catalog.
September. I could look it up. I think it was September.
I think it's September.
Yeah.
It'll have the
Volume 3 is like a
Black Label thing, right?
Yeah, it's Black Label now.
Yep.
Yeah, it won't be Vertigo.
I got my Vertigo set. Yeah, bitch. Doesn't matter. I got him already. Love that book. So for you, Omar?
With DC distributions, how come the release dates for the books are different from one to the... I really don't know. I know that it's not just DC, but for example, like Hellsing, they've already sold the Deluxe Hellsing is already selling through the Penguin Random House as of last week. So meaning some places already got theirs. Meanwhile, I don't even know if it's showing up on in-stock trades tomorrow. Or Amazon maybe. But yeah, it's weird. Ever since the pandemic, things are different.
Yeah, it's hard to really keep track of what's going on or
What's up, Robert?
Dates. Yeah. What up, man? Yeah, we hit 150. We're 156. We've been consistently hitting like
Good deal.
almost the 170s during the show for the most part. But that's all thanks to you guys. We really appreciate you guys showing up and.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Thank you.
You meant me and Luis and
100%. Yeah.
Gio, right? Okay.
My
That's
Latino X dudes here.
Yeah.
Latino X.
If you guys want to show us some love, please hit the like button. It helps us get more views and stuff like that. So
If you want to show some real love, send me a PayPal. That'd be some real love.
Yeah.
Like so I can get my ribbons on my books.
We'll open up a Patreon tip jar too if you guys want to do something. Oh, you know what? Speaking of, we got fucking t-shirts.
Show that image.
I'm gonna show that image. So we do have t-shirts. It's down below in our description is a link to our Teespring, and it's this awesome image.
Yeah.
Of all 7 of us from the Omnibus.
Joey in the chat. That's so awesome. It's a great image.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
You did a great job. Credit to he's in the chat. Credit to what was this?
It's Joey in the chat.
Joey. Yeah,
Joe be thirsty. I stay that way. Saturday.
There he is.
There he is, Joe Goose. Credit to him for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we do have a Teespring. Hit up that Teespring. T-shirts in all different colors, hoodies in all different colors. I know it's summertime. Trust me, I know it's summertime. It's 118 degrees, and I was barbecuing in my patio. But you know, it's going to be cold again soon. So there's hoodies, different colors, T-shirts, different colors. So you know, it's all good.
Latinx Omar.
That's the comment of the night. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Omar, when's the Star Wars Epic Collections Empire Volume 5 coming out again? I think that's September or November. It's one of those months. Yeah. Where's the likes and all the ribbons? Thank you, Robert, for bringing that up. All right,
Likes
man.
and ribbons.
What about you guys? What did you? Well, I saw what Gabe hauled. You all saw what I hauled. What about you, Gio?
Hayden, I talked about this. I told him. I said that we need to open up an OnlyFans.
What the hell is an OnlyFans? What is that?
You don't want to know.
Yeah,
I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now.
It's $12 to look up porn stars, and they're like special.
It's like not safe for work Patreon, basically.
For porn stars.
Or regular people. You can sign up, I guess. I don't know.
I know 2 people on my friends list on Facebook that have one now because of the pandemic.
Really? Wow.
One.
Well, they're not related to you, are you?
No, thank God.
Don't pretend. Guys, I really don't know. I still have a subscription to Pornhub. Apparently, they don't have to charge anymore.
Omar still has to go to that special room at the Blockbuster behind the beads.
I can't even get in. It's asking me to log in. Forget it. All right, let's do the. Gio, did you talk about what you hauled?
I got something that you always wanted me to get, and I finally got it. So I hope that you're proud of me. So I got this thing.
Talk to me, brother. Oh, I am so proud of you. Look at that.
What is this? Oh, it's a box set.
The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck by Don Rosa. Oh, nice. I don't have that because I have the box sets, but I'm so proud of you, man.
So I got the box set. It was on sale at another website for like $25. So I jumped on it.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
I read a bunch of these back in early 90s, but I can't remember because I was too small and tiny and insignificant. But now I want to check it out because you've always said, Gio, you got to get into Doc Comics, and yeah,
I'm proud of you, man. That's the best of the Don Rosa stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like his origin. So
I have no idea.
You will enjoy it.
Never
and
seen it.
You will cry. How have you not heard of this?
I've heard of it, but I've never I don't know what's in it. I don't know what the stories are.
Oh, this is the newly released edition of these books. So it's the latest, just the Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
So there you go, man.
This is my first ever box set from Fantagraphics. I'm impressed.
Nice. Yeah, they're
really
nice,
good
man.
quality. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Enjoy that, dude.
Yay. So that's it. That's all I hauled.
There's a really good soundtrack. Thank you so much. I was gonna say there's a whole album that you can listen while you're reading this. You can find it on YouTube.
Ooh. Interesting.
Do y'all like Nightwish? I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Nightwish.
Haven't heard of them.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, so they're phenomenal books.
So, was I the last person to show their hauls?
You were the last. By the way, did we all learn how to pronounce Stepan Sajic's name? Anybody? You guys?
If
we need
Jess
Jess
is
for that.
here, he could do it. Yeah.
Jess could do it? Okay.
Jess is
I
on
don't
it.
think he can. But Stepan, like, he's doing his Sunstone books. I think you can read them, like, the first 6 volumes for free
That's cool.
through his site. It's really cool, man. You know, because he's stepping away from the big 2 right now to focus on his own stuff. So
Good for him.
why does Omar get to be in the middle of the t-shirt? I don't think I'm in the middle. I think there's 8 of us, right?
There's 7 of us.
There's 7.
7.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I didn't.
8.
God, you idiots can't count. Jesus Christ, the American education system has failed. Aren't one of you a teacher? There's 8 of them.
I never said I was a good teacher. I said I'm a teacher.
Oh my gosh, what's your excuse, Gabe?
I'm just an idiot.
So I don't know. I think it's
and
because
everything. 7.
I was jumping. Okay, yeah. So Stepan's saying that it's all free. Webcomics first.
Oh, it's all free,
Nice.
huh?
Yeah. Good
Well,
job,
that's
man.
awesome for him to do that.
I think
awesome.
that's a great way to get a new following. So anybody that wants his artwork is freaking phenomenal.
We
So,
got
check it
another
out.
super chat from Justin.
Justin Page, thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
Mondays with the bros. Mondays is our favorite time of the week.
It's
I
a
would have to
prime
say
time.
for all of us to get together.
It's the biggest day.
Sundays is awesome too, so don't miss out on us on Sundays and on Thursdays. But Mondays is everybody's just here because they want to know discounts and what's coming out, and we appreciate that everybody's showing up for that.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe is saying that I was the first person he drew. Peter Gabriel from Genesis Sledgehammer? Where'd you mean David Gabriel? I think Divine always mixes him up.
Oh, aren't you David Gabriel?
I am not. I am not David Gabriel.
Gio, what website did you get that box set?
The one with the crappy packaging and the big A. You can figure it out.
Anastart.com.
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna
here for the
talk about
gossip and sex about sex bots.
There you go. They had a coupon and it brought the price down to $26 or $25.
Good shit, man.
All right. Gabe,
You ready to do it?
let's rock and roll. Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look at this week's releases, yo.
Keep in mind, the
Subject
DC
to change.
solicits might change.
Yeah. I
Just
added
a
some
heads
stuff
up.
to the thumbnail, and I don't know if it's coming out or not. Maybe it's just clickbait on my part, but just you're gonna have to find out tomorrow. I don't know.
You should always put some fake thing in the thumbnail, like,
Two-
oh,
two-
hey, look, here's the Wolverine omnibus coming back out again.
People will
Dude.
click on our.
Liar.
Oh, hey, look, it's the Alien versus Predator versus Batman omnibus.
Tuesdays have become the will it show up or not day of the week. So
A little Russian roulette. Let's see what happens.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's releases as it shows here on Previews World. You can find these books on our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, starting tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, 12 noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And you can chop it up wherever your time zone is. But let's go ahead and get the party started with Image Comics this week. Busting out Volume 7.
Need
Crap.
that.
Volume 7 of Manifest Destiny.
They got hardcovers of those yet? Any of
Nope.
you know?
Nope. Nothing.
Just
Okay.
trades.
Yep. Just
Wow.
trade.
Oblivion Song. Hardcover book.
Yeah, it's the
Volume 1?
first 2 arcs.
Very cool. Dark Horse, Volume 1 trade paperback omnibus for Empowered.
That's coming back into print?
Yep.
Cool.
This is the trade. Wasn't it the hardcover the one that was like out of print and really hard to find?
The first one is out of print.
Yeah. Does anybody read Empowered? All I know is it's about a girl who has powers, and as her suit gets ripped apart, she loses more and more of her powers.
Yeah, I've only read the first book, so I really want to get that to continue the story. But it's pretty funny. It's not my favorite thing ever, but it's funny.
Is it super fan servicey?
There are a couple of sex jokes here and there, but it's not too demeaning or degrading. I would think.
I will say that Adam Warren was one of those, like one of the earliest artists that was doing that anime kind of style. He did a Bubblegum Crisis book, came out, and then a Dirty Pair book is what kind of put his name on the map, and then he started doing his own series with Empowered.
I remember Dirty Pair. Yeah, awesome. Because they had that awesome Adam Hughes cover. IDW this week, we have complete Chester Gould's Dick Tracy hardcover. Cool. This is volume 74. Is that what that says? Volume 28. From 1974 through 1976. The Grut story of Swamp City grifters. And H.G. Wells' The Island of Dr. Moreau. DC Comics this week. Green Lantern, 80 Years of the Emerald Emerald Night. Preacher, 25th Anniversary Omnibus, Volume 1.
So that for sure is coming out? I thought that got pushed back till later, but cool. Regardless.
We don't know.
According to Diamond and according to previews, it's coming out this week. This is all we have. This is what we can go off of.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So be ready for that. And Wonder Woman Through the Years. That's 2 anthology books with Jim Lee covers.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. I love that Green Lantern cover. That thing is dope. Mm-hmm. I remember they made a giant poster or a light up sign for this that DC sent to comic book stores. And then like a week later, they sent a notice to comic book stores saying, you should unplug it because it's known to cause fires.
Wow.
Yeah. Here you go. Burn down your store full of books. Marvel Comics this week. Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle hardcover. Astonishing X-Men Companion trade paperback. Conan Serpent War trade paperback. This is going back a little bit. Death of Wolverine Prelude.
Wow. Damn.
It's a thick collection though, so it's no it's pretty much the what's it called? The
is that the Soul stuff?
No.
Prelude to Death of Wolverine.
It's what's his name? The guy that wrote Doctor Who, Captain Britain and the MI. Paul gosh. Paul Cornell. Thank you. Yeah,
Paul Cornell.
The singer?
But it's got and he's got art by Ryan Stegman.
Yeah, this is the storyline where Wolverine loses his healing factor and he has to wear like a special suit. Yeah.
Yep.
Then we have Miss Marvel trade paperback volume 2. Runaways select hardcover. And here we go. The reprint for Chris Claremont X-Men Omnibus Volume 1. This time with a DM cover.
That's going to go quick.
What's the DM cover? Oh, that one, of course. Damn it.
Is it Ani Granat?
No, regular cover.
That Wolverine face is pretty interesting.
That's the one. That was the first. Yeah, that's the one that they had originally. So, how much is this?
It's Party City Wolverine.
Really, $100. That's how much it was. I figured they would have bumped it up to 125.
No, man, they're keeping it. They're keeping it the way it is, I guess.
Good for them. Good for them.
But I agree. I'd rather have. I have it, but I mean, if I had to choose today, I go for the regular Dave Cockrum cover.
Not me. Get the DM. I have the regular cover, and that one's signed by people that are no longer with us. But I like what's it called? Variants. So.
Yeah, this Gil Kane cover is really where it's at, though.
So
I mean,
I would be on IST at 3:00 EST to get this on tomorrow.
Remember what I said? There's
It'll go
not
quick.
that many copies left at Diamond.
It'll
Yep.
go.
Oh, is it already having the?
We checked it last time. It was like 60 copies left. Is what they had.
Damn.
I could check after this and see. Maybe it's already shipped, sold out, or something. And then Boom Studios this week. We got Adventure Time, Princess Bubblegum, Bill and Ted's Excellent Comic Book, Buffy the Vampire Slayer at Hellmouth hardcover. A lot of people were asking about this, like in the group and stuff. I have no idea what it is. I've never been into Buffy. And there's the trade paperback version. Interesting. Fent Rivals original graphic novel, and Thief Among Trees, Ember Ashes original hardcover.
Nice.
And did we want to go through this, or are you going to save this for the manga show like we were talking about before, Gio? I'm not sure.
Whatever you guys want. I could go through them real quick. I don't know.
Oh, is Asterix getting a?
Yeah, Paper Cuts Edition, Volume 38.
We could go through and skip the manga stuff, I guess, and you could save that for the awesome Manga Thursday show, and we'll just pick out the if there's anything interesting in here.
Yeah.
They're doing reprints of Cerberus, huh?
Yeah, I dropped out of Cerebus like halfway through.
Yeah, that's 150 issues, man. That's a lot to go through already.
Yeah, I mean the total, right? 300 issues. I went through like 150 something, and I'm like, that's enough for me. Yeah. So.
Exactly. This is called Donut Destroyer.
Donut the Destroyer.
Oh, Donut the Destroyer.
Oh, I just saw it as Donut Destroyer. I was hoping. I like this because it says Gabriel, but it's a dropout, so that's not cool.
Yep.
That is a lot of manga.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I say that every week. I feel like I said that every week.
After the pandemic opened up a little bit or whatever, they just opened up the floodgates of manga.
It's
not a bad thing.
Can we stop here for a second?
You want me to highlight Monsters Wrestling?
You know where I was going to go with that. Just, I like the placing of the
boobs.
wording. I think it's really nice. Gio, what is this about?
It's Monster Girls competing in a World Tag Tournament to see who's the best.
Interesting. I like that cover. Like the design of the creatures. Okay. Anyway, next.
Yeah, $13 isn't bad.
Yeah, I'm sure you get a discount everywhere else. I don't know what this cover looks like.
That's a not safe for work thing. So
What are you pointing at?
Raw Hero. That's a.
What is she doing? Gio. Oh, what did you click on, dude?
I'm not controlling the stream. I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
This is a nice cover. What are you talking about? Look at
And
it.
we just got demonetized.
That's really nice, pretty purple coloring they did on her hair.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I just want to know why Gio. I want to know why Gio knows. Like, he's like, I got my copy reserved. Don't click on that.
Oh, and you can always talk about Tarot, Richard the Black Rose, Volume 1. Wow, they went back to Volume 1.
Wow, they're still making tarot?
Yeah. Still comes out on a monthly, regular basis.
Yeah, lots of etchy titles.
Lots of boobs.
I know what that means.
Lots of boobs this week.
How's that cover even allowed? Oh, Jesse, I'm sure Gabe and I could tell you stories. I don't know, Luis, Gio, did you guys ever work at a comic store? I thought Gio did.
No,
Dude, Gabe, I'm not shaming anybody, but there's always a few guys that are like, all right, you got my books back there for me?
Oh, yeah.
And it's always the same dudes that you're there like, oh, man, I don't want to touch those damn things. All right, I get your books.
But at the same time, those dudes who get all like the
Right?
the Black Rose and all the Zenoscope stuff and like
Zombie Tramp.
Vamp Blade, Zombie Tramp. It's like, you know what? there's this book in this catalog that's like $100. I bet he'll buy a copy of that, and there's another sale.
Oh yeah. They're mad spenders, but I'm just saying it's always. And I remember when I worked at the comic shop, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker again. And there was always kids there, and I'm like, all right, here's Titty Titty Bang Bang number 35.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. Oh yeah. Now, I was not above, checking out the products though. I was sitting there at the shop by myself, just out of curiosity, for research purposes.
You gotta know what you're selling, man. You gotta know what product you're selling.
Right.
If you flip the tarot,
make havoc.
Really racy,
I'm not shaming anybody. I didn't say any names. I'm not shaming any. I put it in the brown bag and they took off. The collector's saying no Hellsing, and then Make Havoc earlier was saying that his Hellsing was being shipped from Amazon next week. So maybe next week? Maybe?
It's listed on another website for manga, if you want to check it out.
No
kink shaming allowed. I love you guys.
Yeah, but it's also the kind of guy just like, I don't want to shake your hand, dude. No, I'm good. Don't give me that good old hairy handshake. I'm good.
I don't know why.
He works at a comic book, so you can verify all that's been said.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, I flipped through tarot, and you look at the back of tarot. That some of these fans will send in photos of themselves in that tarot outfit, and you're like, "Gross! I'm gonna put this away."
So would you say they're the biggest spenders out of your customers usually?
No, not the biggest spenders. What it is that if it's like when you know all your customers in general, okay, you got that Thor guy, you got that X-Men guy, you got that titty guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you go, okay, well, here's another titty book. It is $100 book. I know so-and-so is going to buy this, so I'm going to order it, and I'm going to throw it in his box, and he's going to like it. So, you kind of play that game a little bit.
Huh.
All right.
Tyler. Y'all want to take some questions? I got a few minutes left, and we can talk. Stefan, I wasn't shaming, man. I got my own kink and weird shit about me too, but I was just reminiscing of the days working in the comic shop, and always being able to call out, I'm that dude for sure. Can Jess name all 9 of the original members of the Wu-Tang Clan? Yes. 100%. Sure he is not here right now, though.
I don't believe that for an instant.
Dude, he's our boy. We got to say yes. He's not here to take up for himself. Obviously, he can't.
So, through Diamond, the DM cover is out already.
Yeah,
for Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. The regular cover, which I'm sure they probably made a lot more of. Well, status is low, but it's already back ordered, no stock. So that's going to be if you really want that cover, if you're really okay with that cover, and you're that DM person, again, you collect what you collect, you like what you like, and I would get those DM ones pretty immediately when that drops tomorrow, because that's I don't know how many in stock trades has, but there's going to be probably, that's the thing with in stock trades. It's a really popular website right now. The Omnibus Collectors group has been blowing up. The Omnibus Collectors, just community in general, has been blowing up. And these books have been selling out faster and faster and faster every week. Every week. So, if you want to get on it.
Yeah.
What did G. Scott ask? Gabe, you keep certain customers abreast of certain books.
Nice.
Yeah, I just saw the reaction. Somebody saying, "Geez."
I like.
The DM Mutant is asking, "Is the DM the one that's low in stock?" DM's gone.
Yes, it's already gone. It's shipping sold out.
Yeah,
meaning that when it's gone, like when IST in your local comic book store, they can't get more if they want to. It's gone through Diamond at this point. And Diamond's the only one that has it.
Can you click on James? I'm sorry, not James. Where is it? Saturdays at 9:14. He's asking, I need some good Gambit reads. What are some good stories for him? I'm going to say the Fabian. Yeah, I hate you. I'm going to say the Fabian Iciesa series and James Asmus. That stuff is solid.
What's the?
I really like.
God, was that Fabian Iciesa that did the
Classic
one-
Gambit
Ja-
with Steve
James-
Scrooge.
Yeah, the Steve Scrooge stuff. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Stuff is awesome.
that's. Well, I think one of those out of print is pretty badly out of print though. But yeah, that's good stuff though. That was really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you could find that cover. I think it's the issue number 1 of that Gambit series that Tim Bradstreet did. It's the only time in my life I've ever seen an ugly Gambit, like
Oh,
dirty,
and he
big,
in that Wolverine
Gambit.
too. The Wolverine with the balding head, and that dude is killer on art too.
Yeah, he's usually
Was-
killer, but man, that Gambit's the worst Gambit I've ever seen in my life.
Have
Usually
you-
Gambit's like a pretty boy. You're like, oh yeah, no wonder Rogue's into him. He's really pretty. And this one's like, what happened to your chin?
Oh, Green Lantern! I'm all over that Fabian Nicieza Juggernaut miniseries. Fabian Nicieza writing an X character again? Hell yes, all day, every day.
Justin, thank you for the super
Justin,
chat.
thanks for the super chat. I'll take a look. You know what? I don't need to. I did this for somebody else already. Volume 1 of George Perez's Wonder Woman, through Diamond is no longer available. So if you find a copy, grab it. Pay cover, pay a little more to cover if you have to, if you really need it. But it's not available for order anymore.
That was quick. Y'all pick some questions. Gabe and Luis and Gio can answer.
Looking for some stuff. We don't know what's 50% off. We were waiting for Jess to give us that info.
He's at the
but
in the
he's at
hospital right now. So
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep. Wish we could help you guys.
Omnibros, have you ever broken even or made money or on the whole on what you spend on Omnis versus how much you have selling them? I made a lot of money on Omnibus.
I know that he has.
I have sold a lot of my collection for big bucks.
Yeah,
Like-
Gabe's done really well for himself.
Yeah, I have before we even knew about that Captain America reprint. I sold all my Captain America omnibuses, and then like a week or so later, we found out Omar, me, and Lou that they were doing a reprint. I was like, sweet, just in time, got it. I could go get that reprint when it comes out. But yeah, I do sell a lot of my omnibuses on and I have made a lot of money off them. And there's a lot I have back there that are just worth a lot because I got a lot of killer stuff back here that's just signed by people you can't get signatures from anymore. Like Omar was saying, some of the stuff he has too. Like my TMNT hardcovers are probably the coolest you're ever going to see. I got sketches and signatures in there.
Tyler Blount is asking, this is the summer of DC. What are some good, underrated, under the radar omnis to pick up?
Gotham Central.
Yep.
Out of print. Good luck with that.
Is
Animal Man. Might as well throw that in there too because that's out of
Animal
print.
Man. Well, there are
This is
two
how-
Animal Man omnis.
Let's go ahead and break Tyler.
JLA Avengers Absolute. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
one. Out of print, super expensive. Have fun.
Injustice is good. Yeah. Joker's.
That's a good choice. Also out of print. Good luck.
Seven Soldiers is good.
Tyler's writing this down. All this shit's out of print.
He's got that sweet tax collector money. He'll be fine.
Oh, I like Kenny's question. If you all want to highlight that, I think we can all answer this one.
What was your guys' first comic and or first omnibus you ever owned?
You
Oh,
gentlemen
wow.
go first, please.
First comic, bro. I don't.
Damn.
I didn't keep my comics. I'm sorry, but I used to own JLA Task Force. Was that the title? They were in the Caribbean from the 90s. Is that right? And
There was a Extreme title and Task Force. That was the other title in the mid '90s.
I knew they were in the Caribbean, some island. I don't know. And I used to own DuckTale comics and random Spider-Man issues. And I used to, one of my first DC comics was actually Peter David's Aquaman and random Batman Detective Comics issues. So I'm sorry, I can't help you there. But my first omnibus is Give me one quick second so I can get it.
My first comic was the Sonic the Hedgehog, and my first omnibus was the Walter Simonson Thor omnibus. So
My first comic was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. Not a first print. It was a fifth print that a neighbor friend of mine gave me. And I remember I opened it up. I was going through it because Ninja Turtles was already out and it was already a big thing. And I was looking at this. I go, this is a totally different Ninja Turtles, because those Mirage Ninja Turtle issues are extremely violent and bloody. And the Foot Clan isn't robots; like they're real people getting sliced up and sliced and diced. I remember I couldn't really, had a hard time figuring out how to read it, like following the word bubbles and all that kind of stuff. But it took me a little bit of time, but I figured it out. But yeah, that was my first comic, my first Omni. I want to say it was Grant Morrison's new X-Men. Thinking that off the top of my head, I think it was that one.
This was my first omnibus.
Oh, God bless you.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot. I think that thing is still liquidated, and it still goes for like $20.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. But this is what got me into collecting comics per se, the Ultimate Universe.
That's
and
awesome.
I didn't know what omnibus were, and I'm like, oh, so I have to read this book next. And I saw on Amazon or some website, oh, you can get the omnibus. I'm like, oh, I don't know what an omnibus is, but I'll get it. So yeah,
they sold you on it. That's awesome, dude.
Yep,
that is awesome. My first comic, Uncanny X-Men 168. Didn't read any English, but that was my first comic book that my uncle sent me when I had my appendix taken out as a kid.
Oh,
wow.
And my very first omnibus, much like somebody said in the chat, the Mutant Menace, same here, brother, was Uncanny X-Men, of course. Uncanny X-Men was my first omnibus. I passed up on Fantastic Four. I passed up on Ultimate X-Men. I'm like, these books are too big, not for me. I saw they were releasing X-Men, and I'm like, shit. Well, I guess I'm in. But I'm just going to collect X-Men. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, that was it. That was the end of that. So for all those that don't have that Uncanny X-Men, go get it.
Yeah, that's a great one.
It's a great start to just, to me, the greatest comic book run of all time.
a few years, yeah. Somebody, where is it? Hold on, I think this is it. Yeah, I can remember about 2 years ago, almost every book you could easily attain, with a few exceptions. That's true. It's becoming harder.
Yeah.
And harder.
Yeah.
I want to say the very first book was a little bit after I joined you guys that we were talking about, and we were starting to place bets. And one of the few ones that I remember was Conan. I started placing bets with you all. I was like, I think Conan's going to be the first one that breaks out, because people have been waiting years for this in omnibus format, and they finally got the rights back. I'm thinking it sells, the direct market cover sells out in less than an hour. And the direct market cover, y'all remember, it sold out in 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I wasn't playing
That was
around.
smart. Yeah,
People are serious. People are serious these days.
That was also right after Dark Horse, like that license expired at Dark Horse, and Dark Horse put out those last two Colossal omnibuses or whatever, and those things flew out and went for super crazy money. So a couple things in the chat. People are asking, Miles Morales reprint is not out of print. It's out of stock.
Out of stock, yeah.
Now, so it should be popping up. Give it a couple of weeks. It'll probably be back up again.
Yep.
The Jeff Loeb Batman, same thing. It's not out of print. It's just out of stock through Diamond right now. And I don't know.
The color, or not the color. Never mind. I was thinking of the
Batman stuff. Yeah, the Batman stuff. But DC, I don't know what's really happening with that in Diamond stock, because there's Lunar and whatever Midtown Comics is, and DC pulling out of Diamond. But as of right now, it's just out of stock. So give it a couple of weeks.
One of the things I will say too is that this pandemic hasn't really helped, right? Like with not just even our hobby, when it starts affecting our hobby, that makes us forget about all the shitty things going on in life. They're making it really difficult because you have the printers that are overseas that can only do so much, and then they're starting to import books here. And keep in mind, this is still like, while we're still okay getting books from overseas, I don't know if that will close down again or not. So who knows?
Yeah.
What was that question I put up? Where was it?
It was from, I think.
Oh, Day Tripper.
Oh, absolutely.
Go with the absolute.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of the top 10 favorite Vertigo books ever.
I think it's hit and miss for a lot of people.
You didn't like it?
I like it. I like it a lot. I have the
Okay.
absolute. I think for somebody, I'm not sure Omar raised his taste and what he's read and stuff like that.
It's the hardcover's out of print. You can get the trade paperback. The trade paperback's still $17, I think, or something like that. Try it out. You might like it.
I would say check it out. It's what's the absolute? $75? I don't think it was that expensive.
It's $100. It's $100.
Yeah, check it out. Make sure you like it first.
Yeah, I always recommend absolutes on the art. If you like the art, and if you've read that story and you like it, then go for it. If not, get the trade.
For me, it's either the art or the story has something that means something to me. Can you click on Make Havoc? He has a good question too about the Wolverine Omnibus, and I'll say this really quick. So he's asking if the Wolverine Omnibus by Chris Claremont is coming back in stock. It's coming back on September 2nd. However, I think some places are getting them outside of Diamond, and it's curved. The spine is curved too. So I've said this on my show. I'm saying it here. For those that got the flat spine, you now have a COVID-19 variant. So pat yourself on the back. You did it.
Nice.
You got an exclusive variant that no one else will ever get again because going forward, Marvel's going back to the curved spines that most people like. So.
And yes, X-Men 12 is still out of stock. Seems like it's been out of stock for a while. But
I saw that it was back ordered. It's not out of print yet, though, is it?
Still out of stock through Diamond, but yeah, it's not out of print, I think, but it's been out of stock for a while, and that again might be an issue with getting stuff in the printers too. So all the stuff about stuff being out of print, out of stock, kind of take it with a grain of salt because there is a lot of crazy things going on that are affecting things that we don't have a lot on. And Justin Page, I sold my Warrior Kings omnibuses a while ago because they were going for stupid money. I had to get rid of them for that kind of money. Speaking of Justin Page.
Do any of you practice the music? Oh my God, I haven't played the trumpet in years.
Nope.
I used to play bass guitar.
Look at you.
Did you really?
I took guitar in high school. I played guitar for a little bit. But
wow, I played nerd instruments. I played the trumpet and the violin. Man, you guys were getting ladies? I was buying comic books.
No way, man. Not even the guitar if I get ladies in high school.
I could play the bass guitar and the flute and a little bit of drums, but I forgot. It's been ages.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My haul did come in. Yep, finally came in, and I have not heard from DC after I suggested what I said. Other than thank you for the suggestion. So I guess we'll see what happens.
What was your suggestion?
We'll call you.
They asked me something like confidential, like, do you think this is a good idea to do this book this way if we finish it, if we go through the long run, if we promise to finish it out? And I said no. I said do it this way and I guarantee those books will sell 100%. And I said look at the sales of, I can't give it away, but blah blah blah, for example, it will sell. And I said that's just my advice. Whatever you guys decide to do, it's up to you. I'll still promote it. So I guess we'll see.
$10 super chat.
Well, first, I'm going to highlight us being horrible at not being able to play the congas.
That's a racial stereotype. Boy, when you hear those congas, we all be up and dancing, though.
Don't.
It was easy. Go ahead, read that first.
$10 super chat by Led Brazil. Day Tripper is great, and I also recommend it to support my fellow Brazilian artist. Happy Monday.
Yes.
Day Tripper.
Brazil. Thank you, brother. Travis Gilmer's comment's awesome.
Nice.
So Travis Gilmer saying, DC, should we do a Who's Who Omni? Omar, absolutely. I just saw that today. Brooks messaged me going, did you see this shit? And I was like, what now? And he's like, DC just announced a new omnibus. I'm like, of course they did. What is it? Hawkman New 52? What's happening? And he's like, you're never going to guess. And I saw that it was Who's Who. And I'm like, holy crap, I need to text David. Because I remember last year when Marvel released the handbook of the Marvel Universe, I'm like, I give it a year before DC announces their Who's Who omnibus. Sure enough.
Somebody will buy it.
Uncanny X-Force.
Yeah, it's coming out. the reprint?
It came out a while ago. I think it just that was right when the pandemic happened, or I mean, we're still in the pandemic. It still hasn't stopped, but I mean, that was right when the shutdown happened. Because I remember
Right.
Torpedo had a couple of copies on the shelf for a while.
Yes. Like, I'm thinking, I thought it was supposed to be like this week or so.
And I forgot who was asking about Final Crisis Omnibus. It's out of stock right now, not out of print.
Is it
According
really?
to Diamond, according to Diamond.
Hell, it just
Again,
came out, man.
It's DC and Diamond. You know, they're pulling out of Diamond, so who knows? But according to what I can see through Diamond's inventory system, it says it's just.
We need Superman Omni when we got a who's who. Right. give those peons their standard edition hardcover.
John Byrne, one of the greatest contributors to Superman ever.
Comics in general.
How about who's who? Just random tidbits of information.
Outdated.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get it because I love that shit. I love the handbook of the Marvel Universe. It's just nostalgia. That's the shit that you would take to the schoolyard and be like, you think Batman can outwit Manhunter? Come on, man! Look at this. You pull out the who's who, and that gave you all the stats. So there you go.
That's what I like about the X-Men, the Jim Lee X-Men card. You go to the back, you flip it over, it has like the power structure and the power line of all their abilities. You're like, no way, man, his intelligence is way more than this person's intelligence.
That's what's up, man.
Energy projection. Roma was all the way just like OP.
Nobody remembers Roma except people that read Excalibur and Fallen Mutants. Actually, I'm with Tyler. I do have to bounce, but you gentlemen have a good day or evening. You can keep rocking. But I gotta bounce out of here. So everybody in the chat,
good time to bounce out for sure.
Where can they find you, Omar?
You can find me on my channel, Near Mint Condition. I'm there every day. So yeah, you all take care. You gentlemen, take it easy. I'll see you next week.
Bye,
Later.
All right. Peace out.
So is it a thing where DC just shoots stuff at a dartboard and whatever it is, it gets an omnibus or an absolute?
I don't know. I think they don't have like a Peter David over there. I think they don't have a person who is kind of like into this this segment of the collecting community.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I mean, we remember not that long ago they axed a lot of their collected editions department.
Yeah,
so we just going in with like, it's easy to do. How about just the who's who? We have all the information. We just got to slap it together. You don't need to put anybody's name on it or any of that stuff. Make Havoc. The DM cover for Peter David's Hulk is super gone and out of print. The other cover shows out of stock. But I don't know if that's going to be coming back anytime soon. So I think the Peter David Hulk stuff is get it when you can. I think I'm going to wait for the epics on that stuff.
Yeah. I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, let's go and do it, guys. All right, Lou, where can everybody find you at, son?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and YouTube as well. Please follow me on Twitter. It's the best way to get a hold of me.
Gio, let everybody know where they can find you, bro.
You can find me on my channel, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, and some other dirty stuff. So subscribe if you can here on YouTube.
All right, everybody. You can find me, Gabe Loves 90s Comics, on Instagram. I'm not going to really pimp out my YouTube because, I put up one video recently and it's doing pretty well, but you don't have to worry about that. But I would also want to give out one final shout out and love to our awesome sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can find all the books that we talked about today, going up on their site tomorrow, Tuesday, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hit it up as soon as you can at those times. They give you the best customer service, awesome prices, up to 50% off. I'm kind of forgetting all the details here. We do an Omnibros $50 giveaway card once a month here on the show. You get a 2% loyalty discount on there as well if you make an order the same week. And they have the best customer service, free shipping in the U.S. on orders over $50. Awesome shipping. Awesome customer service. They are just pure awesome. Be smart. take your vitamins, wear a mask, and shop at instocktrades.com. Yes, Jess, we hope you feel better, brother. Our main man. Feel good, sir. All right, guys, and that is all. Thanks again for joining us. Give us a like if you're made it all the way here to the end. Give us a subscription if this is your first time here. Thank you so much, everybody. We are out.
Bye, everybody.
Laters.